Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are up here at St. Adalbert's. Well, I don't really know what to say. The redneck in me doesn't know how to pronounce that. So in the comments, feel free to let me know. We're here to visit the grave and pay respects to another racing, I don't know, I'm gonna put him in the legend category. He won a championship, shoot. So why not? We're here to visit the grave of Alan Kulwicki, whose life was, cut short because of a plane crash. It's a bummer. I think there was a lot more trophies in his future if that hadn't have happened. So yeah, if this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, doing all those things. And if this isn't your first time here, hey, welcome back. Down in the comments, I always like to put this out: favorite driver, favorite memory of Kulwicki, favorite race he won. Always, the Polish victory lap, that was always a fun little thing to do. Yeah, anything like that, throw in the comments, or anything in Wisconsin. Just, it feels great up here. I enjoy it. First time being in the state. It's fun. So yeah, thanks to the members. I think that's everybody. I got everything out of the way. So let's jump to his life and story, then we'll go see the grave. Kulwicki grew up in Greenfield, Wisconsin. He graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in mechanical engineering from the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee in '77. His first race on local tracks as an amateur while in college before becoming a full-time professional racer was in 1980. Kulwicki started driving stock cars at the local level at the Hales Corners Speedway and Cedarburg Speedway dirt oval tracks. In '73, he won the Rookie of the Year award at Hales Corners, and the next year started racing late models. Racing at Slinger Superspeedway, he won the track championship in '77, which was the year he graduated college. So Kulwicki raced in 4 NASCAR Busch Grand National Series, which is now the Xfinity Series, races in '84. Kulwicki qualified second fastest and finished in second place at his first career race, which took place at the Milwaukee Mile, several city blocks from where he actually grew up. Kulwicki made his first career Winston Cup start at Richmond on September 8th of 1985 for Bill Terry's number 32 Hardee's Ford team. So in '86, Kulwicki started his rookie season, who switched his car number from 32 to 35 and had received sponsorship from the restaurant chain Quincy Steakhouse. Terry decided to end support for his racing team mid-season. He sold the team to his driver. Kulwicki, as an owner, started as an essentially a one-man team. With 1 car, 2 engines, and 2 full-time crew members, Kulwicki won the 1986 Winston Cup Rookie of the Year. So Atlanta was the second race of the 1991 season, and Kulwicki caught a break that would result in a long-term partnership. Kulwicki placed his unsponsored number 7 on the pole for the race, for which 47 cars attempted to qualify. Among these was the number 82 Hooters Ford, which was driven by Mark Stahl, like Kulwicki, an owner driver, and had failed to qualify for the first 3 events of the season. Hooters executives desired a spot in the race, and Kulwicki needed a sponsor. Both sides met to discuss terms on the pole sitter. The principals agreed to at least a 1-race deal, which became a much longer-term deal when Kulwicki recorded an 8th-place finish in the race. Later in the season, Kulwicki won the Bristol Night Race for his 3rd career win. In addition to the win, he finished the season with 11 top 10s, 4 poles, and a 13th-place finish in the points. Kulwicki started out the 1992 season by having to take 1 or 2 provisional starting positions at the 500. He passed Dale Jarrett with 27 laps left at the Food City 500 race on April 5th at Bristol to take a narrow victory. Discounted as a contender for the season championship during the year, Kulwicki was expected to fade from contention as Bill Elliott and Davey Allison, both of whom had won more races than Kulwicki and who had traded the points lead between them, were both having strong seasons and looked to be the favorites for the Cup. With that in mind, the stage was set for the final race, the Hooters 500 in Atlanta. Bill Elliott had a crew chief that made a bad call that put him in a predicament after a pit stop, and Allison had a wreck during the race, and Kulwicki won the 1992 Cup Championship. He celebrated his championship with his 2nd Polish victory lap. The song that played during a short salute to Kulwicki at the end of the year awards banquet was Frank Sinatra's My Way. After the first 5 races of the '93 Winston Cup season had been completed, he was 9th in points that year. He had concerns about how often he was being allowed to use the airplane as he leased and other financial concerns he wanted to bring up with his sponsor, Hooters. So the PR representative for both Hooters and Kulwicki, Tom Roberts, suggested that Alan bring up his concerns to Hooters leadership while in flight from Knoxville to Bristol on the evening of April the 1st of 1993 en route to the Food City 500. Sadly, Kulwicki passed away in a plane crash that same day. He was returning home from an appearance at the Knoxville Hooters on the Kingston Pike in a Hooters corporate plane on a short flight across Tennessee before Sunday race at the spring race at Bristol. The plane slowed and crashed just before the final approach at Tri-Cities Regional Airport near Blountville. The NTSB attributed the crash to the pilot's failure to use the airplane's anti-ice system to clear ice from the engine inlet system. And so when you come in, you'll enter over there, up that way, you'll drive down, and right here, you'll see the grave. Like that's Margaret, that's his mom, right? Son, Kenneth. And then here's Alan's right here. He has a small little section. Some people have left some trinkets. He did get inducted into the Hall of Fame, which is good. He deserved it. See right there. 54 to 93. In honesty, I started to do this video backwards. Normally, you know how we start, we go through the life, you know how we do videos. We've done every one of them the same way. This is the first one I thought about doing backwards in honor of Kulwicki with his Polish victory lap. And I didn't come up with that idea either. It was Miss Backroads, my brother-in-law, Uncle Lee. He's the one that came up with that idea. So I was like, yeah, it's a pretty good idea, but I didn't do it. But you know, still thought it was neat. So in the future, if somebody comes up here, there's an idea to use. So yeah, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Man, we visited quite a few racers here lately, and it just sucks, like between, like him and Davey died within like, what was it, 6-8 months of each other, something like that. And like the racing world lost two really kick butt drivers. Like, just imagine what he could have done. I know he was hard to work for and all that stuff, but man, Alan was great. So thanks for watching. Man, Alan Kulwicki. Anyway, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. And you never know what you'll find on the Backroads. I'll see you guys next time.